I've always believed that you had to deadlift, bench press, and squat to build an impressive physique. And you absolutely can build a great body doing those exercises. I did it for years. But if your goals aren't to be a powerlifter and you just want to get jacked, you want to look aesthetic, and you want to do all of that without nagging injuries, the big three might not be the best exercises for you. And in this video, I'm going to explain why I stopped doing the big three, if you should stop, and what exercises to replace them with. Okay, first, we need to address the bench press, the squat, and the deadlift. These are just movements. The bench is a horizontal push, the deadlift is a hip hinge, and the barbell squat is a squat variation. And there are tons of different exercises you can do for those movements. It's just that the big three is the most popular. So here's 3 reasons why you should do the big three. Number 1, if all you have access to is a rack and a barbell and you have no access to fancy equipment, then yes, the big three, very beneficial. Number 2, if you're a beginner or intermediate. As a beginner, you aren't that strong yet, so these movements, they're not gonna wipe you out as much, and it's harder to get hurt with lighter weight. And number 3 is if your body is built for it. Some people are literally built to deadlift. They're shorter, they have long arms, they have an invincible back. Some people are made to bench press, they got shorter arms, and they have no shoulder issues. And some people, they have short femurs, they have great ankle mobility, they have bulletproof knees, letting them squat perfectly. And those are the 3 main reasons why you should do the big three. For me personally, I stopped doing them because those reasons no longer really apply to me anymore. I've gotten relatively strong now in all 3 movements, and the stronger you get, the higher the risk to reward ratio goes, meaning the risk starts to go up and the gains start to become very minimal. You just have to push way harder for way less. And if every time you have to train that hard, especially on the barbell squat, something will eventually give. Being a gym owner now for over 10 years and being a coach for over 15 years, there's nobody I know that's consistently barbell squatted and deadlift that has not gone without injury. With squats, maybe their knees start hurting or they mess up on that last rep of their deadlift set and the next day they can barely tie their shoes. Comment down below if that's ever happened to you. And for me, it's just not worth it anymore to do these exercises and go for that last rep knowing that I might get hurt for just little gain. Another reason why I stopped is also because now I work out for longevity and I work out for more aesthetic purposes. I stopped doing the regular flat bench press because now I want to start working on my upper pec development. So now I strictly only do the incline barbell press or the incline dumbbell press, and my goal is to get strong in the 6 to 8 rep range. A lot of men lack upper pec development, so once you start working on that, you'll get that more full top shelf chest. Because the guy that can incline bench press 225 pounds for 10 reps will always have a better chest than the guy that's flat benching 225 for 10 reps. And another reason why you should switch out your flat bench press is if it hurts your shoulders or your wrist. There are a lot of different variations you can do with machine chest presses, dumbbell presses that don't hurt your shoulders as much. So that's another reason why you can switch over from the flat bench press. Now for barbell squats, I still do them to this day, but now I don't do heavy barbell squats anymore. I do more of the 10 to 20 rep range so that everything is more controlled. And I don't ever really go to failure on them. The risk of going to true failure or close to failure just isn't worth it for me anymore. So instead, I hack squat. Hack squats are great because you don't have to worry about your lower back. You can position your feet in a way that feels good on your knees. And the best part, you can actually push to failure or 1 rep shy of failure with a much lower chance of getting hurt. Have you ever been in a tough set of barbell squats where you're on that last rep or the last 2 reps and before you go down, you hesitate and you start thinking, I'm not sure if I can do this next rep safely. Maybe my knees are gonna buckle in. Maybe my lower back's gonna snap. Maybe I'm gonna bend forward, and that thought sets you back and you decide to rack the weight and you don't even push to that failure that you could have. That was a big problem for me. So if you like to push your sets hard, try out the hack squat, try out a leg press, try out any machine variation that mimics the squats. It all works. Just pick something that you can go all in on. Okay, deadlifts. I have a bone to pick with this one. And if you stop following me because of this, that's okay. This is the one exercise I don't do much, and I don't really have a lot of my clients do at all, unless it's like medium or light. You see, deadlifts, they're not the most efficient exercise that you can do to get jacked. you've probably seen the random YouTube video where this skinny kid is deadlifting 500, 600 pounds. It's impressive they can do all that weight, but when you look at them, they're not really jacked. And the fact that they're lifting so heavy without getting much of a aesthetic look, with the risk of getting hurt every single time you do it, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Plus, most guys don't even feel their hamstrings when they're doing their deadlifts. So instead, what we do is we do the RDL. It's still a hip hinge movement, and now you can go a little slower and you can actually feel the stretch in your hamstrings, and you can go a little lighter, which also reduces the risk of injury. Another great hip hinge movement you can do is also hip thrusts. And you might be thinking, okay, hip thrusts, isn't that for girls? It is, but you know what? Girls, they like a nice butt on a guy as well. And the best thing about hip thrusts, it's extremely hard to get hurt doing them. I have clients hip thrusting 300 pounds, 400, 600 pounds, and none of them has ever gotten hurt from hip thrusting. And this is something I've learned over time. Some exercises will give you a lot of muscle building stimulus without draining your body. And those are the type of exercises that I focus on now. So at the end of the day, yes, you can get jacked doing the big three. But keep in mind, these are just movements. And there are plenty of other exercises that can get you just as jacked or even more with less fatigue and less risk of injury. And the principle stays the same no matter what exercise you choose. Train hard, recover well, and be consistent. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to like the video as well. And lastly, if you need help on building a workout program, you can reach out to me or you can watch my next video here, which I explain exactly how I work out 3 days a week. So see you guys next time.